Salimie mambo. Umekula? Umekula? Anasema nini? Unajua anaongea hapo alipo? Hello. Nisalimie acha mambo. Wacha mambo yako nisalimie. Nisalimie. Nisalimie Yassin.
So he spends his whole life
here.
He sleeps here, he sits here, he eats here. He doesn't leave.
No, the dad says that at times he takes him outside, but I don't know if it's true.
So
yeah, but this is his life.
Okay.
Kwa hivyo anakaga tu hapa ndani.
Hapa ndani. Mara nyingine anatoa nje anapata mwanga wa jua.
Kuna shughuli yote ambayo anasaidia nayo. Hapa nyumbani shughuli yote. Kuna yake anafanya kazi.
Alafu kusimama
nitanunulia kama tu kuna kila kitu kama zipo
nateseka nikienda mahali nafikiria je anakula je nguo zake za kulalia zimetolewa nje.
Hey guys, so pretty intense day. Today was the funeral of Wanyama this morning, but then I had an emergency call to say that a guy I know, a friend of mine who's a carpenter, said he'd heard of a disabled boy who's locked away in a room and his mother's just died. His mother's grave is here. Give you an idea how poor the family are. And the house is a mess. They've got nothing, no food. I can distinct strong smell of alcohol in the father. I don't know how long that's been going on, whether it's since his wife died or not. But the boy spends 24 hours a day inside the same room, and I don't even know his name yet, but I'm taking him back with me now, so because he's suffering. It's just pure torment sitting in that room by yourself. Okay. The problem we have is this literally just nearly tipped over coming through a flood. So I need to navigate my way through that water without tipping over. So it's the only way out as well. In here to get out the way of the flies. It's not really working. This is a very, very poor part of Tanzania. This is someone's house, you can see here. It's a village called Julien. I work here quite often. We support about 50, 60 kids at the school who weren't in school, couldn't get school fees, so we support them there with medical care and stuff as well. Honestly, I just don't know where this is going to end, or if it ever will end, because as soon as you get balanced with the staff and the house, then another child appears. And your mind starts racing, wondering, am I going to be able to provide for this child? Am I going to be able? And then I've got to really pause and stop myself and remember. This is where my ignorance comes in, my pride, because I have to pause and stop myself and remember, this is God's house. God brought me here. John didn't come here. God told me to come here. So if God brings me another child, of course God's going to provide for that child. But my arrogance forgets God sometimes, and I'm standing there freaking out looking at this child thinking, how am I going to provide? So stupid of me. But I've got potentially 8 children this week that might need somewhere to live. And if I find them in conditions like this, they'll have to come with us. Which is why we're pushing to get our new house built. But up to now, the fundraising's going terrible, because I think when it comes to fundraising for infrastructure, it never seems as urgent to people. Whereas if you have a child that's dying, someone who needs medical care operation, it's urgent. But when you say we need a house building, I think obviously it's a bigger ask as well, but I think the fundraising's a little bit slower because people don't see it as urgent. But it is urgent because the quality of life of everybody is just going to keep going down and down, to the point where I can't say yes to children like this, which is we're close to really. We're pretty much every bedroom's full now, and this is a 15-year-old boy, so he's going to need a lot of attention, and he can't be sharing a room with all the others. For all he's got cerebral palsy, he can't be sharing a room with all the other children all the time. You know, we have to give the girls and boys some privacy and some dignity. So, honestly, welcome back to Tanzania. I've come back, somebody's died. I've had a rape case to deal with involving a juvenile. And then I bury the girl that I've mentioned passed away this morning, and this afternoon. Full gas. Tanzania full gas. But, woe is me. My life is immeasurably more comfortable even at full gas than what that little boy's is in there. So, yeah, poor guy. I can see most of it's not his cerebral palsy, most of it's just pure frustration and mental detrimentation. Was that even a word? Detrimentation? I'm tired. Detriment to his mental health by being locked in a room on his own all the time without stimulus. So. Okay.
Like good father to us, but sometimes a bit.
Oh dear. Salim. This is much deeper than it looks. So. Fun and games. On the way in, we went too far to the side and tipped over, so I'm happy that Salim did that, because otherwise we had a long drive home. Okay. Another member to our constantly expanding family here, but I'm sure he'll be much happier here than what he was where he was. So, oh, look at this. Lila, come on, sweetie, come on. Oh, come on. Oh. She's got to be the best welcome party in the world, Lila. She's having wheelchair training at the moment, if you're wondering, but she runs away from it, which is not good when it's attached because it ends in her tipping over and stuff. So. But she's overtook me. She's quite nimble. So Mama Jonathan is learning how to use a computer, and we just had these donated.
Yes.
And now Dominic's learning from Mama Jonathan how to use the computer. It's too good. It's too good.
Yes. Thank you.
And this is Jonathan. He's learning for when he's bigger. Mambo. We have a new child.
Ah.
Just moved in. big day. Pretty tired. I'm going to go and then enjoy a nice meal in peace and quiet with my wonderful wife and baby to be. Emotional roller coaster of a day because happy and a sad day. Had the sadness because I had to bury Nema this morning, and happy because Yassin finally learned his name. A beautiful young man has got some love, care and attention in the house tonight, and a belly full of food. So it was really sweet. As soon as he arrived, one of the more able special needs children went and gave him a hug immediately. So it was very, very beautiful. Okay, so good night, God bless. See you all in the next video. Bye guys.
For me and my house, we'll serve you, Lord, lifting holy hands and worship. No, we will not bow down to the gods of man.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, as it really helps us to grow the channel and with it help more children here in Tanzania. Also, don't forget you can support our work by sharing with children in crisis here, be it sharing for a particular need or even sharing one-on-one support for education, housing, food and medical care. It can be done for as little as the cost of a cup of coffee a week back in the West after all. Just visit www.sharetanzania.co.uk to find out more. Lastly, remember you can also support us via Patreon, www.patreon.com/featherstail, and help keep us here in Tanzania to continue our work. The links for the website and for the Patreon are in the description box of this video. Love and light guys, see you soon.